Hey Jammers, or to say hey bronies. So basically, I just got done with, all that other stuff, and we just got a request from Little P-Pop 4, my best buddy on Animal Jam. Best buddy! Anywho, if you guys play Animal Jam, please show some support on her on Animal Jam because she is a huge helper to me and my channel. She's very nice. But anywho, as I was saying, so she requested this friendship is magic fiction and some speed paints. Like Forbidden Love, a warrior cat speed paint. And then she did a little story request that she did for Friendship is Magic. So huge thank you to Little P-Pop 4, bestest friend on Animal Jam. So be sure to buddy on Animal Jam if you see her, or if you search her username up, because she is a very good friend. But also, I got 232 views, I believe, on my the Year of the Dog party, which I don't know why. That's more views than my subscribers. But yeah. Anywho, it is very convincing that she actually requested this, and she actually did. Okay, my game's kind of lagging, so hold up. Thank you, Little P-Pop 4 for the fanfiction. But yes, I also gifted her this little friendship necklace, and I have the right friendship necklace because, But we're not here for that. We're here to actually talk about the story. We're here to do the story. So, anywho, huge shout out to her for requesting this, and please show support on Animal Jam if you actually play it. Anyway, let's get straight into the story. A Royal Problem, written by Wear and Hat. Pain in the Grass. Why can't you read books at one at a time like a normal pony? Forget about it, Spike. Just get back to helping me clean up all this. The purple unicorn ran around the library, levitating books as she spoke in an alternative tone. Normally, she would be far more cordial with her assistant, but she had gone overdone with the research she did last night and passed out halfway through a book. Number one to be a lack of planner schedule, the unicorn was working quickly to make up the fact she had not been able to put away her books before falling asleep like she had planned. Contrary to the rush and nature of the frenzied cleaning, this act was common routine for Princess Celestia's most beloved student. Her current thoughts matched up perfectly with those of her assistant and close friend Spike. The baby dragon busied himself with putting rather heavy books onto the top of the bookshelf, and as he pondered whether or not his friend should take a break for all the studying. Things had been this way for almost a month in the library they called home. The princess had assigned her student with some sort of project to do some reading about. No book was left unturned since that day. As chaotic as things often turned out during these study sprees, as Spike had come to call them. Ever studious and exquisite, the act of heavy research for her mentor was always appealing. Squinted eyes peered out from the baby dragon's face as he eyed the spine of a particularly large book. Blades of insignificant beauty, the structure and growing habits of Equestria's Flora Volume 1? Confused, the dragon turned to his head carefully to stare down at the quickly moving of his form. What exactly did the princess tell you to research? A pained sigh left the unicorn as she turned an aggravated glare to Spike. Stop going off, Spike. The princess asked me specifically to look up information on several species of grass for her new garden. Now finish up. I've got a relaxing walk to the park planned for this morning. Before even seconds could pass, a comical crash reverberated across the library as the giant book forced the purple dragon to collapse from the top ladder. Though offering a worried glance, the purple unicorn dismissed the instant as she continued to catalog the rest of the large books she had used as reference guides. Of course, Spike would forget the princess request. He never pays attention when he doesn't have to do with rarity. A wind passed by her brow as the mean thought raced through her mind. She never voiced her opinion on that matter. She was painfully aware of how dejected Spike would feel if he accused him of letting his crush of getting in the way of important studies. So rather than risking hurting his feeling, she decided to simply re-explain the assignment. Alright, listen this time, Spike. I don't want to have to repeat myself again. The princess is putting in a new garden in honor of Luna's return, and she wants this garden to be perfect. What she wanted was plants and flowers that will look great at night. So, disregarding the obvious choices of Florence flowers, I've been tasked with looking for the perfect additions to the garden. All I have left to do is decide which breed of equestrian grass would be the best. Mumbling could be as hard as the response to the baby dragon struggled to free himself from the massive book. Sensing his distress, the unicorn used her magic to simply levitate the tome up to its original spot. Finally, freed of his burden, the dragon furrowed his brow in annoyance. You spent 2 days straight reading these dusty old books for grass? It's not that simple, Spike. Do you know that there are over 40 different species of grass in Ponyville and Canterlot? I have to choose the absolute most perfect breed. That means the blades have to be soft, must grow at an acceptable speed, be easily visible in the moonlight so Luna can see it, and be easily maintained. The unicorn spoke matter-of-factly about the matter. She hated having to lecture him about this. What made it worse for her was that she only had gone over this with him 2 days ago, when she started looking into the grass situation. Silence stretched on as Spike continued to sort books out and generally clean up the mess the unicorn was talented in leaving after a study session. Technically, the college casually built up within the air as two made little progress and efforts to neat fit every book back to its home. A smirk passed over the purple unicorn as she began to toy with thoughts of how to repay her faithful assistant for her continued tolerance of her study habits. I know it must be difficult to watch me be preoccupied with things, but there's only one more thing on my agenda for this project. Once I sketch out the overlay of this garden, I'll take you over to Rarity to see if she has any extra gems lying around for you. How does that sound? Silence once more occupied the library as the unicorn divided her attention between her friend and the titles of texts. Things had to be sorted out to the best of her ability. The ponies were to show up looking for books to read, then she had to be able to intently search the tome out for the customer. This would allow her to maintain an aura of positivity with all her friends. Plus, the purple pony could never concentrate entirely on her work if the books weren't cataloged properly. Casually, the violet eyes of the librarian read the spine of the next book to be put away. More memories flooded into her mind as she observed the book that had contained the elements of harmony when discord had escaped its statue form. She always felt a sense of safety whenever she looked at it. Though she had counted it in less than optimal circumstances, the book reminded the unicorn of her dear friends that she so dearly loved. Where would she be without them? Probably up in the dusty Canterlot library with Spike, begging her to make friends. Aware that she couldn't afford to waste time with fond memories with such an important task, still looming the studious pony put the volume into its volume place. The sound of the book sliding to the shelf made her realize just how quiet the library had become. Along with this realization came the knowledge that Spike had yet to respond to her offer. Curious, the unicorn turned her gaze to the number one assistant. He stood atop the ladder once more to put away another book, but his face betrayed his thoughts. The baby dragon's eyebrows were turned down to happiness, with his jaw slightly bobbing up and down to match the dialogue of the fancy that was assured was his not-so-secret crush on Rarity. Giggling came forth from the purple unicorn as she decided to see if her friend was going to respond to her proposal. Spike! More giggles fought their way out of his green eyes, focused in surprise at being brought out of his thoughts. Should I take that as a meaning you're up to that idea? As long as you promise not to get buried, in your research again after this. You know I can't stand to see you like that. You have my word, Spike. I won't get too carried away with my studies anymore. Finish putting away these books and we can go. The baby dragon began to quickly sort the books out with renewed vigor. Sure, there were plenty of just tasty gems here at the library, but by going to Rarity's, he'd get the added treat of being near his beloved. Happy that her bribe worked to get the dragon in high gear, the unicorn returned to the brunt of her attention to the books lying in a neat stack. This would be an easy pile. Each book had come from the very same shelf and thus would require some sort of to get in the right order. However, as the pony used her magic to carefully place the first of the text back there, with a mighty crash that was preceded by what sounded like a gasp of surprise. Sighing in annoyance, the purple unicorn whipped her head to face the now floored dragon. How many times do I have to tell you to be more careful when you're using the ladder? Anger prevailed through her voice until she noticed a scroll lying across the face of the baby dragon, obscuring his pained expression. A letter from the princess? But what would... Suddenly aware how long she had spent making sure everything was perfect as possible, the purple unicorn came to the conclusion that the message was one of the anticipated or anger in regards to an incomplete plan for the garden. Oh no! How could I have been so careless, Spike? Oh, Spike, she's probably furious that I haven't given her any ideas about the garden yet. So, overwhelmed with fear of what kind of punishment she should be expecting for taking too long, the purple pony levitated the letter in front of her and began to read it to get this over with as quickly as possible. Dear Twilight Sparkle, please forgive me for this intrusion, as I am sure that you are in the middle of something of importance, but I feel I have no else to return to my concerns. As you are aware, my sister is having troubles with adjusting back into the swings of things after being gone for so long. Only now do I realize just how deep her issues developed. You see, I have recently scheduled some free time that should allow me to reconnect with my beloved sister. The problem is that she still seems to harbor some form of resentment of hard feelings, following everything that has happened between us. She won't even eat with me whenever I request so. I am worried that a rift has formed between us that will only continue to drive us apart. My expertise in this area isn't inadequate to safely deal with this issue, and I'm deathly afraid that I could lose Luna forever. Should I make a mistake in handling of any of this? That is why I am turning to you, the greatest student I have ever had, to see if you could hopefully discover a solution to my problem. I eagerly await your findings. Please waste no time in getting started, as time may only worsen the issue. Love, your mentor, Princess Celestia. Thoughts ran through Twilight's mind at a mile a minute. How could she best approach this? Has there ever even been anything that had been done? Knowing the seriousness of the issue, the unicorn decided to postpone working on her garden project until things improved between the royal sisters. What did the princess want? Please tell me, she's abandoning this whole garden thing? The exasperated dragon walked slowly over to his friend as she stood in stupefied silence. Curious, he looked to the letter for his answer. Oh no, this could be very bad, Spike. Having only just finished making his way to the letter, the baby-eyed dragon eyed his friend suspiciously. Why is that? It isn't like you can't solve this problem for her. Is it? Worry seized Twilight's brow as she set the letter down on her desk. Though not stated outright by the princess, the studious unicorn could feel the subtext explaining to her plainly. This is a really big deal, Spike. If the princesses can't reconcile, then Luna could rebel again like she did 1,000 years ago. Spike, this could start a war. Understanding the severity of the issue, Spike put on a counseling claw upon Twilight's cheek. It's okay, Twi. If there's anyone who knows about sibling issues, it's you. Hope lifted the words to the unicorn's ear as she considered the dragon's hopeful words. I would, if this was something less sizable. Shining and I weren't separated from each other for that long, and we certainly never hated each other. I wouldn't know where to start with all of this. Could the girls help? Pinkie, AJ, and Rarity? And have siblings, and so maybe one of them knows what to do. The fear in the baby dragon's voice lifted as she began to see the situation from Twilight's perspective. I don't know. Pinkie doesn't have a negative relationship with any pony, and you know how close-knit the apples are. So I doubt that they will know how to deal with a problem this huge. A moment of hesitation followed as she considered the final choice. Rarity! She and Sweetie Belle are always having arguments. Excited that a possible avenue of success had presented itself, the purple unicorn jogged hurriedly to the door. This had been accessible as soon as possible. Are you sure, Twi? I mean, yeah, they have their spats sometimes, but do you really think they might be able to relate to Celestia's problems? Nervously, the dragon waddled after his best friend and followed her as she led the way out of the still-cluttered library. I hope they can I hope they can, Spike. For the sake of Equestria, I hope they can. Okay, so since Little P-Pop 4 requested this. I actually can see why. Actually, I think she might have requested it. But anywho, I'm so sorry I was reading so fast. I do have a problem with reading when it comes to anxiety, which that's what, you know, that makes it much more worse, but still. And there goes the shipping roll, you know. But anywho, oh crap, no shipping please. Ugh. But anywho, I'll see you guys in my next video of the next reading. Once I actually can get the royal problem thing up and running again, but still. I think I already read this part. Yeah, but anywho, hope you ponies or bronies enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, hit the claw that like button or trot on it, and subscribe to join the clan. Anywho, yeah, comment down your thoughts, and if you want to make a request for a speed paint or any of that, then please do. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Anywho, keep on trotting, my little ponies, and stay sharp.